Alright, some spicy Hazbin Hotel drama has occurred during the week when I wasn't uploading any videos on YouTube. I'm going to be talking about two things specifically. One, with the Michael Kovach situation, the voice actor for Angel Dust, which I almost forgot the name. I was about to call it the White Spider. And how much the animators of Helluva and Hazbin Hotel are getting paid per second, not legit per second of time, with every second of the animated film was being made. I watched a video about the situation by Vox. He's another YouTuber that makes commentary videos. Explain the entire situation because since I was late with the drama, I couldn't get any context or any info as to what's going on or why this was happening. And since Michael Kovach deleted the tweet, I couldn't understand or know what was going on. So it all started when this newer voice actor for Angel Dust was the new replacement for Michael Kovach, and this voice actor goes by the name of Blake Norman, who is the newest voice actor for Angel Dust. And it is unfortunate for the voice acting industry when a voice actor is being replaced with a newer voice actor, depending if they do a better performance and they got a lot of good reception from the replacement, which is pretty sad. Okay, I honestly did think that Michael Kovach was the perfect voice for Angel Dust, but turns out that someone else had a lot of good feedback and did a better performance for the voice of Angel Dust. So right after that, Blake Norman did this song for Angel Dust and part of the promotion for Helluva Boss. It's called Poison, and there was a lot of good reception, good feedback from the video, and there was a lot of criticism for the actor being replaced. And with the comparison of what Michael Kovach did for Addicted to Blake Norman's song Poison, a lot of people liked Blake Norman's voice for Angel Dust, saying that Michael Kovach sucks at singing, he cannot sing, Blake Norman is the better replacement. Keep in mind that these are fans of both Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. When you say something negative, even though you should be well aware that the people who voiced something or who created something are most likely gonna be on Twitter looking at this, you have to understand that they're gonna see it. Okay, and they're probably going to respond or they're probably going to ignore it and talk about it, which is called subtweeting. Michael Kovach made a tweet with the screenshots of the people criticizing Michael Kovach's vocals for the song Addicted, comparing to Blake Norman's video for the song Poison, saying that you shouldn't bring another voice actor down because they did a better performance, something like that. I can't remember what the tweet was, but it's just that since he was so disheartened and annoyed from the feedback being given from the fans of both Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel, he had the need to respond to the criticism being shown on Twitter. The major downside right after Michael Kovach committed to that is he forgot that he is a big Twitter account and a large influence with 227,000 people following his Twitter account, a number that I'm most likely not going to reach on my YouTube channel or my Twitter or my Twitch. And there was people suggesting that even though he has a right to express how he feels with the criticism, he also thinks that it was pretty shady to not blur out the names of the people calling out for his bad performance. Also, for information, that noise that came out of the audio, that was a branch that was scratching the metal roof of my house. I might as well just leave it there. I'm not going to edit it. It kind of sounded like my house was haunted, but it's not. I forgot to mention that he made a tweet about the replacement with him saying, "Before anyone asks, I will not be covering any of Angel's songs from the Prime series. Please respect that. Thank you." Now, about the drama that he accidentally started, he makes a tweet saying, "I had to delete the tweet. I caught word that folks were being discovered and harassed, which I can never tolerate. Please, 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 please do not harass people, ever." It makes a follow-up tweet saying, "I want to apologize to anyone who was harassed following my recent tweet. I censored the names and ads, but failed to consider profile pictures plus reverse searching words from said tweets," which is a thing that you can do on Twitter. You can search up what someone said on the tweet, even though you don't remember the at name or the profile picture, you can still find the tweet. I recognize that as a larger account, I need to be more mindful when referencing other users' tweets. He adds on to saying, "To summarize my original tweet, please be mindful of what you post and who could potentially see it. Putting someone down in the same breath that you're praising another is hurtful. Criticism is good so long as it isn't objectively ripping into another person for no reason." To summarize what he said, even though criticism is valid and you have your right to share your opinion, it's still uncalled for to downgrade someone else's work even though someone else did the same thing better than the previous prettiest person. I know that those sentences could have been said differently and a lot better, but those are the best words that I can say out of my mouth. Pause. So now that we're done with the Michael Kovach situation, which did end it off on a good note, people learned their mistakes, everybody's on good terms. Now we're going to talk about the animators being paid with the amount of time they spent on a snippet of the animation for Hazbin Hotel and Helluva. Alright, so this section is going to be a long one. I'm going to be talking about the gray screenshot that Chai made and the thread that he talked about why this is bad for the animators being paid this much. Then the quote tweets that Uji made about the situation and the follow-up where he ended up getting blocked by Vivziepop himself. Apparently, Adam N makes this statement saying, "Thanks so much for signing. Spin the Horse is excited to be taking on our first client job for the next few months. This allows Helluva some catch-up time. We will be handling the Hazbin Hotel finale episode for Bento and A24, which are the production studios and the animation studios for Helluva. I mean for Hazbin Hotel. Sorry, it's just that both of the names. We're happy to offer you a position as a cleanup artist. Now, the biggest thing we have to clarify up front is that this show has a set budget. We are acting as the outcore studio and the budget is locked, so we are having to adapt our rates to allow for the budget to work for us. The new rate would be $35 a second for rough animation, with the opportunity to negotiate based on shot complexity depending on what the budget allows. The animation expected for the show is a bit more standard but less intensive, and the leads will be working extra hard to assist with keys and will handle major revisions if needed to make things as easy to manage as possible. We will need to allocate a quota, sorry if I said that wrong, and we will need 100% transparency about whether or not you can hit the deadlines we give, as we are delivering to a studio and cannot offer extensions. The position will only be through to December 5th for a single episode, and then Helluva will resume and rates will be $60 a second. We entirely understand if this is not a position you want to accept, but we would love to have you help us make this series end with a bang. If not, we are happy to discuss what the best few months will look like on Helluva. Thank you." Now, Chai makes a whole thread as to why the animators for Hazbin Hotel and Helluva are being paid and being treated like it's slave labor. Green light to send this around has been given, and you'd better believe I'm gonna do just that. Proof straight from Adam himself of Spin the Horse paying Hazbin Hotel animators $35 per second. That is effing slave wages. This is abuse. Also, this confirms that the usual pay rate over at Helluva is $60 per second for characters in animation this complex. That's very low. Mind you, that this is all happening while Vivzie treats herself to front row Broadway seats and lavish vacations. To summarize, when no one was looking, Vivienne Medrano paid her animators $35 per second. That's about $1.45 per hand-drawn animation frame, and that's terrible. He clarifies saying this, guys, is per second of animation completed, not literally per second. Update, according to one of the people who shared this, the shots they received were 1 second. Fruit Sparkle elaborates further to Chai's thread, saying for anyone who thinks that sounds reasonable, Hazbin is animated at 25 frames a second, and going off the runtime of an average Helluva episode, 22 minutes, turning that into seconds, we get 1,320 seconds. Multiply that by the 25 frames, we get 31,680 frames of animation. Multiply that by $1.45, and we get $45,936. That is astonishingly bad pay. Uji makes a tweet saying, "This is MAPPA levels of animation slave wage. This is an American cartoon. It should not be so poorly paid. Do not support Helluva or Hazbin Hotel." And yes, it is true that MAPPA, the Japanese animation studio, has slave wages, and the animators that are animating for Jujutsu Kaisen, the upcoming season for One Punch Man, are being paid very little. Alright, they're legit carrying the animation industry with Hajime no Ippo Rising, the final episode of Attack on Titan, and 47 different animes that you could search up on the Wikipedia. He makes a follow-up tweet to the previous tweet he made saying, "Oh, she knows she screwed up," with the screenshot showing that Uji is being blocked by Vivienne Medrano. He makes this thread saying, "I'm sensing that this could be another banger, so I humbly ask that you follow me if you would so like to. I guess I'm a voice actor and I like talking about obscure animation." He adds on saying, "Oh, and again, Amazon Prime is a Zionist company and Vivzie Pop does not care about the genocide of Palestinians happening right now. She goes to Starbucks and flaunts on it on social media. Spread the word. And when you're done spreading the word, go watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This film deserves so much more love. Jeannie Wilder sings beautifully in this. Okay, that's a bit uncalled for, okay? I may dislike Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel, but I want to go out of my way to make this bold statement that Vivzie Pop does not care about Palestinians or the wars that are going on around the world, alright? And say that, oh, she cares about Starbucks and posting on social media. That's crazy. That's the craziest statement that you would make, the boldest statement that you would make on your profile. And even if it is true, that's the craziest thing that I think Vivzie Pop has ever done outside of her career. Also, I'm still confused with this whole Zionist thing. Like, I'm saying this so much that it's about to give me a damn stroke. Zionist means a supporter of Zionism, a person who believes in the development and protection of a Jewish nation is in what is now Israel. I don't really think Amazon Prime is a Zionist company. All right. I mean, yeah, there's been reports of workers being laid off and quitting because of the working conditions and how it sucks being a driver delivering packages, and it's a lot tougher than being in college every day of the week. But being a Zionist company, I honestly don't think that's what they are. Like, I'm so sick of that word. I'm about to have a damn headache from that. Oh, and please stream Danger Mouse whenever you can. It's on BBC, iPlayer in the UK, and Netflix in the US. It's one of the cleverest cartoons ever, and the writing is so sharp. It's like family-friendly Monty Python, and it's amazing. One last thing for all you Viv fans who believe she can do no wrong. She picked the worst studio to partner with. Background checks would have solved this, but she's not thoughtful enough for that. The tweet that Uji quote tweeted was a tweet made by Sydney Lulu responding to Brian A. Miller's tweet saying, "From my Nickelodeon days, 1998, Nick was extremely good at knowing what their brand was and messaging it to employees. Notebooks like this were super helpful in understanding the mission." Then she makes the quote tweet saying, "This makes me want to weep when I started at Bento in 2022. They sent me a 30-page PDF that just said stuff like leaving your work site without authorization during work time may lead to immediate termination." And it's confirmed that Bento is a bad place, with Jeannie saying Bento is basically a prison. And then she responds with horrible, crooked place. Megan Chan replies saying, "And don't be surprised, she blocks people for the most minimal amount of criticism," which I did make a video about why I don't like Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel, where she responded of people saying that Vivienne Medrano is sensitive to criticism, but this guy says otherwise. "Oh, I didn't expect to see you here. She blocked you for being 10 times funnier than she is. Don't worry, she's so petty. I'm not surprised. I expected to be honest. She does this a lot. You're right." Nugget makes a reply saying, "I wouldn't consider her blocking as proof she's guilty, to be honest." Uji replies saying, "I'd use her blocking me over valid information and also the words of an animation industry veteran as somewhat solid proof she knows what she's done. No way would she not know." The recent tweets of Vivienne Medrano was her response to the support being given of the song Poison, and quote tweeting a tweet from the official Hazbin Hotel account saying, "This night was a dream," heart emoji. So yeah, that all about covers it for the drama with Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel. We talked about the Michael Kovach situation, which did end up on a good note. The people that gave valid criticism and were comparing Michael Kovach with Blake Norman's performance for the song, they realized their mistakes, they learned from it, and then they all ended up on good terms. The paid wages for the animators for Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel, turns out that Bento is an awful work industry to work on, being confirmed by Cindy Lulu herself when she worked with Bento back in 2022. Really don't know what else to say. It has been one hell of a roller coaster to ride on and a lot of stuff to cover up. And I'm sorry for the gameplay being shown on Like a H True Blood. This is legit the first impression that I had learning how to use the controls for Like a H True Blood. I'm still waiting for the patch notes. They haven't said it on the Discord or on the official Twitter account. So that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys are a fan of Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel or Vivienne Medrano's work either way, or Michael Kovach or Blake Norman, leave a comment of what you guys think of the drama. This is gonna be a pretty long video for me to talk about for all the things being said, and I might stream this. I might stream myself editing this video, but it's most likely gonna be on Twitch, because if I stream myself editing this on YouTube, I'm pretty sure no one's gonna watch it. That's gonna be it. Hope you guys do enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you think about the video. This is Wolf Dog Gray, and I'll see you all later. See ya.